Hi guys, today's video is going to be a little bit different than the videos I've kind of put out in the past. I spent the past few months kind of going over my channel and going over the videos that I've been doing and looking over different content of what other people have been doing. And I think I kind of just needed to take a few steps back and start to really see which direction I wanted to go with my YouTube channel. And one of the routes I kind of felt like I needed to explore is maybe just being a little bit more real, a little bit more raw with anybody that views these videos. I feel like we're kind of just caught up in an area or a time where everything is just all of the photos and the videos that we see are kind of just staged or very edited, and not many people really get to see the background behind it. And I think it's easy for all of us to get caught up in seeing a picture perfect family or a picture perfect outfit, scenery, anything. It's just easy for us to just assume that everything that's going on in that person's life is just picture perfect, like they're portraying on social media. And unfortunately, it's really not that way in real life. Everybody's going through real life problems, everyone's experiencing real life issues. And one of the major issues my fiance and I experienced over the past couple of years is something that it's really hard for me to decide if I wanted to open up and discuss it with people. But once I kind of started seeing that when I would discuss it with some women, it allowed them to open up themselves to me and let me know the issues that they were experiencing. So we have experienced 3 different miscarriages. 2 of those before we had our son Grayson, and 1 unfortunately after we had him. And it's still really hard to think about each one of those, because it was so hard to try to get past it. I know a lot of people kind of have that misconception where if you go through a miscarriage, people that I guess have difficulty getting pregnant, period, have a tendency of responding to you and saying, well, at least you can get pregnant. And I can promise you, as a female and as a mom, that anybody that has experienced a miscarriage, really, it's not a fun experience. It's not a great experience. You don't look at the situation and think, well, wow, I'm so glad that I was able to get pregnant to begin with. It's really not like that. I feel like it's probably the complete opposite, because once I experienced the second one, I was kind of just at that point where I was like, why am I even getting pregnant to begin with? Like, I would prefer to just not get pregnant at all than to experience a loss. And we went through a whole bunch of different testings, and ultimately we found out that there was nothing wrong. So, I mean, that was even worse to hear, because you kind of hope that you do have something wrong, so maybe they can go in there and fix it and rectify the situation so you don't have to go through another pregnancy loss again. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. We just all of our tests came back normal, and so we were just back at square one. And the reason why I'm trying to open up about this is because I feel like anytime I have conversations with women, they're very vague about the whole getting pregnant process. They're like, oh yeah, we're trying, and that's kind of it. And I've noticed that once I kind of open up a little bit and say, we've tried and we've experienced losses. If the female or the woman that I'm speaking to has experienced one as well, immediately once I say that, it allows them to feel comfortable enough to open up and tell me, oh, like I've experienced one as well. And I think that it's such a dark gray area that a lot of people don't really want to touch, and a lot of people don't really want to talk about, because of course it's an unfortunate experience. It happens to a lot of women, unfortunately. And it's something that you really have to, it's an experience that that changes you in a way. And I feel like at one point I kind of felt like I almost questioned my faith, because I didn't really understand why I would be experiencing miscarriages. Like, why would God want me to go through that? And as much as I questioned my faith at that point, in my darkest hours, I kind of actually needed my faith to get me out of that dark time, because I knew that there was a silver lining. There's always a silver lining. And we do have our beautiful son Grayson, so I never want to take away from the fact that we were actually able to conceive him and have a healthy pregnancy and have a healthy delivery. And I always want to cherish that, and I never want to take away from that, even if like we still are currently trying and still hope to have more children. I just want other women out there to kind of understand that you aren't alone. You might think that you are, and you might get yourself caught up in looking at other people's social media sites and all these family photos and all of these pregnancy announcements, and it's easy to look at these people and automatically assume, oh, it was just so easy for them to get pregnant, or it was so easy for them to have kids, or one kid or multiple kids. And I just kind of want to give those women an idea of what a lot of us do experience. I know that plenty of people probably look at my social media and think, oh, like she has a child, she had a pregnancy, she had a pregnancy announcement, gender reveal, all of the stuff that she threw on social media. So like she probably had no issues whatsoever. And obviously that isn't the case. We had our fair share of struggles before and after. And I think it's important for us as women to be a little bit more raw with each other, and not be so hard on ourselves, because I know with each pregnancy loss, it was very easy for me to kind of just throw a magnifying glass on my life and be like, okay, well, what did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong in this pregnancy? Did I consume caffeine when I wasn't supposed to? Did I work out when I wasn't supposed to? And at the end of the day, it really wasn't any of those things, because when we did get pregnant with our son Grayson, I did continue to work out. I did continue to consume caffeine, not large amounts of it, but I mean, I did. I kind of just at that point let go of trying to be the control freak and make sure that like I did everything by the book. And when I kind of let go of that control, and we did have the healthy pregnancy with our son, it was that silver lining that I was looking for. It allowed me to be like, okay, I didn't mess up with the previous pregnancies, the losses that we experienced. It just wasn't meant to be. And there's always a bigger picture for us. And even if it's hard for us to see in the present moment, there's always a bigger picture for us. So I want to encourage women to be a little bit more open and honest. This by no means means that I'm saying if you've experienced a pregnancy loss, or if you're experiencing pregnancy troubles, you need to go out and tell everybody. That's not what I'm saying. Just have an open mind and an open heart with everybody's situation, and don't look at everyone's situation and just assume that it was so easy for somebody to get pregnant. It was so easy for them to have a healthy pregnancy. I promise you, we all go through our own struggles, and we're all just trying to get through it day by day. I think as women, we kind of need to just be a better support system for each other and always be happy for each other when we see that we are successful with what we're pursuing in life, but also be that support system when you feel like somebody might be going through something where like they might be struggling with conceiving or anything in life in general. I think it's kind of important for us to recognize that we need to be better support systems for each other and not just assume that everybody's life and everybody's situation is perfect at all times. The main reason why I wanted to do this video is because I felt like when I was searching for answers, because I was all over the web searching for answers of why I was experiencing what I've been experiencing, I didn't see too many blogs or videos or outlets out there where other women were kind of just being open and honest about things that they've experienced. And I wanted to be that sort of olive branch where if there are women out there that are currently experiencing similar situations as mine, I encourage you to open up to me or to open up to anyone close to you if you feel comfortable enough to just let that out, because the more you bottle it in, the more that you hold it in, it just makes it worse. Trust me. I went there, I did that. I opted for wine to help me through it. I opted through sleeping through the days to help me through it, and nothing really truly helped me with it as much as kind of opening up and talking to some of my closest friends about it. And some of my closest friends don't even have any idea that I experienced multiple miscarriages at all. And a lot of my family, they don't know that either. So this will come as a shock to quite a few people, but I wanted to try to be that support system for other women that have gone through similar situations as mine, and just know that you aren't alone and there's nothing wrong with you. And you just have to continue to have faith and pray and hope that life is going to work out the way that it's supposed to. I hope any woman that is currently experiencing similar situations to mine, that you don't give up, that you don't just look at yourself like you're the problem, because you're not the problem. You just kind of you have to tough it up. You have to go through the hard situations and know that everything is going to work out the way that it's supposed to. So like I said, if you or anybody that you know that is going through these type of situations, I encourage you to open up to me or anybody close to you and just kind of let that out. And it's very freeing once you do. It really is. With that being said, we are definitely still currently trying to get pregnant, and I hope that we can be in all of your guys' hearts and prayers to hopefully have another successful, healthy pregnancy and baby, boy or girl. So, and to any of my moms out there, or moms to be, or attempting moms right now, I do wish you all the best of luck. Yes, please reach out to me and feel free to just lean on me in any type of comfort or support that you feel like you may need. I think that it's important that we as women do that for each other. In the future videos, it's going to be pretty similar to this. I'm going to keep it like, I'm going to try to like mix it up with showing like the real raw sides of like what's going on with me personally, or what I might be seeing personally, and then also intertwined with all of the other type of videos I've done previously. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. It was really difficult for me to decide if I was gonna ultimately do this type of video, and even if it helps one person out there, I do hope that it does, because that's ultimately what my goal is in life, is to try to help people as much as I can and try to just be a little bit more real and a little bit more raw with you all. So thanks, guys.
That's baby's heartbeat.